Welcome everybody over on the YouTube side. How you doing? I am live from the star. Well, you can see the star right over my shoulder. I'm on the Star of the Seas. This is the final night. This is it. I was going to go earlier this week, but man, it was a busy week. In fact, last night we were going till about 12:30 in the morning. So it's been a very busy week, but today is the last day on the Star of the Seas, and I have learned so much. I met some incredible people this week. Hey, Bill. Hey, Nurse Tower. Hey, Mimi. Hi, everybody on TikTok. How y'all doing? I'm live on the Star of the Seas. If you have questions about the Star of the Seas or the Icon class, please just go ahead and drop them in. I'll do my best to give you the answers. I'm just relaxing. I should be packing right now, so I am procrastinating from packing because I do not want to leave the ship. I would gladly stay on here another week. The Icon class has quickly become my favorite of the Royal Caribbean ships. There is so much to do on here, and they just spread the people out so well. And today we got to meet Sailor. We actually had some one-on-one time with Sailor. I was so happy. Oh my gosh. That was so much fun. She is absolutely beautiful. What a great little puppy. And her ears are so cute because they look almost like she's got crimped ears. Really cute, like the little crimped hair on the ears. So, but hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Walter, your independent travel agent with Where's Walter Travel. We're based out of the Orlando area, but we book folks all over the country, and we book your land, luxury, cruise, expedition. We book everything, and our services are 100% free to you. So I'm hanging here on this magnificent Star of the Seas. So we've seen everything this week, and I do mean everything. Back to the Future. Wow. Okay, Back to the Future, Stephanie looked it up. On Broadway, the top ticket was $1,100. $1,100 when the show was on Broadway. Still on the West End. It's about, I think, $200 on the West End. But they have the same West End producer that actually put this show together here on the ship. It's slightly shorter. It does not have an intermission in it, so it's just this 90 minutes run. What a fabulous show. So that's number one. That's the first piece of entertainment, Back to the Future. Number two, oh my gosh, the Aqua Show called Torque. All about speed. It's all about cars and racing and this and that and the other. And it has motorcycles. Honest to God, motorcycles in a death cage during the show. And not one, but two. And apparently soon there's going to be three once they get it figured out and they don't kill each other. Oh my gosh, the show was amazing. Probably the best aqua show that I have seen so far on any of the Royal Caribbean shows. I mean, Royal Caribbean just upping everything with these ships. And I know a lot of you is like, oh my God, they can take up to 7,000 people. It must be insane. It's not. That's the thing. This ship, if they really wanted to fill it up, they could probably put 10 to 11,000 people on here. There's so much room to spread people out. They've done a beautiful job with it. The only time that you really feel like it's crowded during the balloon drop, because everybody comes in for the balloon drop, and during embarkation. And when you come in during embarkation, that's a lot of people, getting onto the ship. But otherwise, this ship really spreads people out beautifully. So yeah, it's really been a great learning experience, seeing how they can spread everybody. The promenade is massive on these. So this is now my favorite class of ship from Royal Caribbean, just because of the way they're able to do everything on here. So the third piece of entertainment was the ice show. What a fabulous ice show. And they now have extreme skaters that have ramps and jumps and all kinds of wackadoodle stuff that they're doing with ice skates now. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So that's the main entertainment. Then now we've got dueling pianos. You still got the schooner bar. If you like that, oh, there goes my main light. Well, that's okay. I hope you all can still see me. Yeah, I still look decent on there. But the lime and coconut just turned off their lights. So what are you going to do? It's a little darker over here. But I like this view. Look at that. I got the big, beautiful star behind me. Yeah, so we got the dueling pianos. Fabulous. Oh, those guys are amazing. Then we've got the schooner bar. Then you've got boleros. Then you've got the music hall. Then you've got the ice skating rink that turns into a nightclub. Then we've got, I don't know. We've just got so much stuff going on this ship at night. It's absolutely insane. And then the food. Okay, I don't know if I still have my list of food, but there is so much free food included, included food on there. So I know a lot of people just, you look at the price of this ship, and you're like, wow, that's really expensive. But then you actually look at what's included with this, and the ship is actually, now that I cruise on it some, it's like, you know what? It's a tremendous value when you come onto these ships. So, Nurse Tara, did I see the ice show? Yeah, we did. It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. It's called Soul, so it's all about the sun. Like themed after the sun and the sky and all of that. But the skating was phenomenal. Then they had these extreme skaters who all of a sudden just like they set these ramps up on the ice, and we're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And they just started like half pipes and jumping and all of this stuff, just like you see on skateboards. But they were doing it on ice skates. It was absolutely insane. You like the background? I know, it's absolutely beautiful back there, right? I see that some comments were filtered. I don't know what that was all about, but just know that if you want to ask me questions about Virgin Voyages, which I will be on Wednesday night, I will be on I'll be on the Brilliant Lady, so we will be on Virgin Voyages. But if you want to ask questions about Virgin Voyages, you need to use the letters VB. You cannot use the word Virgin on TikTok because it won't let you do it over there. Foodie Vacation, you love my background, right? Right? In fact, for those of you watching me on YouTube and all of that, let me turn off the graphic. So look at that. Look how beautiful that is back there. I have this absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Look at that. We'll just put that right there. What a background, right? Oh my God, look how beautiful this is behind me. This is like the most beautiful ship. Hey, Willie, how you doing, Willie B? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining in. If you're just tuning in and you're wondering, well, where the heck is this guy? I'm sitting on the Star of the Seas. This is the second Icon class ship. There is one more that's on its way. It's called the Legend. In fact, she's almost done. She just touched water, so she's getting close to being done. And so she'll be out. And I think there's one more in the works. And then they're building more Oasis class ships. I do not know why they're building more Oasis class ships, because honestly, these ships are better. In my mind, these are the best ships that Royal Caribbean has ever built. Yes, they're big. They're made to spread people around. Where is Stephanie? Stephanie is, she's walking this way right now. Hi, Stephanie. Are you coming over to say hello? Because somebody wants to know where you are. There she is. Hi, it's Stephanie. And here, over here in TikTok too. You got to lean over. There you are. Hi. She's doing good. She's doing good. How are you?
I'm inceptioning right now. I got you here and here.
Oh my God, that's us. Wow, there we are, right there. We're in that box. Crazy. Oh my God, it's absolutely crazy. Wow. But yeah, she's right here. We've had an absolute blast this week. First time we've been roomies together. Yeah, there you go. See, now you can see. Look at that. We're streaming everywhere. We got TikTok going. We got Facebook. We got YouTube. We got everything going. Somebody just said that you just returned from Utopia of the Seas, and it was wonderful. Awesome. Utopia of the Seas is the newest icon. What class is it? Oasis. I know what class it is. It's the Oasis class. I haven't been on Utopia yet. I'm planning to with the train. We're hearing some rumors that maybe the train might show up on Legend. Like maybe like we had Lincoln Park on this one, which is the high-end food. What's the other one? It's called the something supper club. So we have two supper clubs on the first two Icon ships, but we're hearing some rumors that on Legend might be the train that's on Utopia. So that might be coming, which will be very interesting if they do that. I could do a good Jeff Goldblum. I could almost do that. Usually people say I look like George Lucas. That's what I always get is George Lucas. I don't get, but I could do Jeff Goldblum. Absolutely. So, yes, I can't wait to meet you on Wednesday, Nurse Tara. I love it when I finally get to meet my clients on ships. Nurse Tara's been with us for a long time. So I cannot wait to meet you. In fact, she's the reason why we have our new system. Hey, Annette, how are you? JBW Icon. Yeah, so this is actually Star. This is Star of the Seas. This is Icon 2. So you want to know what all is included in food on this ship? It's insane. Oh, you're gonna go sit down. So Stephanie's editing. Stephanie's actually editing more videos. So make sure you're following Sean and Steph on Instagram and
Everywhere.
Facebook and TikTok and everywhere. She's doing these really fun shorts. I have been her producer all week, producer, cameraman, and today I was actually an actor. So you will see my debut on the Sean and Steph channel soon.
Yeah, I'm really
Soon.
liking this hairdo I have going on.
I think the hair looks great.
Humidity for the win.
Where's your Labubu?
I don't have them.
Oh,
Oh, no, I do have one. Hold
she
on.
has introduced this entire ship to Labubu. One of the royal genies has absolutely fallen in love with her Labubus. And if those of you who know cruising, you know Danny Har. Danny Har is on this ship. He's actually been on the ship for like 20 days or something like that. This is his last cruise. Lovely, lovely gentleman. And we all met at dinner and we got into discussion about Labubus. And then the next thing you know, Stephanie is invited to a play date with his kids with the Labubus. And it was absolutely hilarious today. Oh, great, great, man. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Labubu. Labubu. Oh my gosh. So who is this?
This is Clover.
This is Clover. Okay, there's Clover. There's Clover for everybody on TikTok. And Clover for everybody on YouTube. Look at that. Clover is my favorite. I do like Clover a lot. Very nice. And Stephanie now has 7 of these. So, yeah. So much fun. Let's see. Bill Seller met Danny on the Apex a couple years ago. Yeah, very, very nice guy. Very tall. Yeah, you should see the picture of me next to him. I'm his child. My wife just had a great laugh over that. She's like, "Oh, that is great." But what I really love, you know, when we were at the dinner, some folks were kind of concerned. It's like, well, you know, Danny's a travel agent. Are you going to be concerned about that? It's a $10 billion industry. We're not competing. Danny's in a different world than I am. And there is no competition. And we actually had a great chat about that today. How, you know, there's really no competition between travel agents because there's so many people out there traveling. So we're all out here to support each other. And he's a really, really nice guy. So I'm really glad I got a chance to meet him. Glad I got a chance to meet Stephanie's new friends. This has been a really lovely cruise. It's been incredibly busy. I know some clients have been reaching out to me to get some, you know, get some answers and get some things done and whatnot, but our days have been running quite long, almost until midnight. So tomorrow I'm going to start catching up on everything that y'all have been reaching out to me this week. So I apologize. Normally when I'm on a cruise, I can stay caught up with stuff, but because this was an inaugural, we had a lot more things going on. And it was just busy. Like I said, last night, Steph and I didn't finish up until 12:30. So, Terry, thank you. Willie B, you have one of the best agents ever. Thank you so much. You're very kind. I hope you're talking about me. Very nice. Bear wants to know what was my favorite included food option this week. So let's start out. I'm going to tell you what's included. We have the Aquadome Market. Okay, that has crepes. Thai, barbecue, Mexican, Mediterranean. Then we've got Base Camp, which they added smash burgers on here. Now, Base Camp, when it came out on Icon, had a couple of things free, and then you had to pay for other things. Well, now is all included, and they added a smash burger, which is really good. Okay, is it the same as, you know, the burger that everybody talked about on the other cruise line? Not quite, but a very good smash burger. Then we got the main dining room. Then you got El Loco Fresh, which is your quick Mexican food. You got the Surfside Eatery, which is a smaller buffet with comfort food, primarily for kids, but a lot of adults like it too. We've got Surfside Bites, which is a walk-up window with tater tots and pretzels and fries and other things. Then we have Surfside Sprinkles, which is soft serve ice cream. We've got Chill Island Sprinkles, which is soft serve ice cream. Yay, we have 2 of them on the ship. We have the Pearl Cafe. Now, for anybody who has been on Royal Caribbean, you know about the Cafe Promenade. It is it's your quick serve 24-hour, plus it's a coffee shop. Well, the Pearl Cafe takes that to a whole nother level. The amount of food that they have all day long, both grab and go and stuff that they can warm up or desserts and things like that, is a whole nother level. The Pearl Cafe is included. Of course, the Windjammer is included. That is your buffet. It's actually it's right underneath me. It's where it is. And then, of course, Sorrento's Pizza. So all of that is included. There's like 13, 14 things included with your cruise fare when it comes to food. My favorite food option is still the Aquadome Market. I love the Aquadome Market. The Thai was good and the barbecue was good. But a big surprise to me, El Loco Fresh, which I equate to Taco Bell. They have a whole, make your own taco station. And over there, they had pulled pork. And the pulled pork was really, really good. So we took a bowl of nachos. I put pulled pork on it. I put cheese on it. Put all kinds of toppings on it. But that pulled pork was legit at El Loco Fresh. So that was the big surprise. So, but my favorite is still the Aquadome Market. I think the Aquadome Market is just phenomenal for an included food station on the ship. And I love that they changed out some things. So I guess we can expect that on the Legend, they will probably change out some things as well. Willie B wants to know, did I get an espresso martini? We did. We got a couple of them, Steph and I. They make, they make really, really good ones at the Ryan Bean. Now it's pre-made. It's Kettle One. It is pre-made. But for a pre-made espresso martini, it's really, really good. They put this beautiful foam on top, makes it so, so good. So Stephanie and I grabbed a set of them last night. Folks, until you come on this ship and you go to the Overlook, you have no idea just how stunning. It is the most beautiful space on any cruise ship ever, hands down. I've been on 13 different cruise lines, 42 ships. There is nothing like the Overlook, which is the big glass dome on the front of the ship. Now, yes, that is where the Aqua Theater is, but in front of the Aqua Theater, that's the glass dome. That's the Overlook. Folks, I'm telling you, it takes your breath away. So Steph and I got our espresso martini last night. We grabbed the seat right there in the Overlook, looking out at the moon, and it was beautiful. So, Mr. T, you're coming on Star tomorrow morning. I'm telling you, I am so glad that you're coming on for one of the 7 nights. I did a 3-night preview last year on Icon, and it was not near enough. Having 7 nights to really enjoy the ship, you are going to love this ship. Dub wants to know if I'm having fun. I am, yet, but also sad because right after this, we got to pack. I am stalling from packing. I have not packed yet. That's why I'm sitting out here talking to you, so I don't have to pack. Trying to stretch it out as long as I can. The old fashioned, my favorite old fashioned, I only had a couple. I really didn't drink much on this one. I did more of the non-alcoholic drinks. I wish that that they had non-alcoholic spirits on this ship. They do make non-alcoholic drinks, but it's a lot of the sweet stuff. I'm not really big on sweet stuff. So I wish I could have, like a mock old fashioned or a mock gin and tonic. I'd like to try some of those. Like, Carnival has the spirits on board. I wish they had the spirits on here. But I had a Jameson old fashioned at the British pub. It was excellent. So Lindsay's going on a cruise tomorrow. Are you going on an MSC? Are you going out of Port Canaveral? Because if you're going out of Port Canaveral, the MSC Seashore is literally right off our port side. I think we're getting ready to overtake her so we can go in first. I think the Star has to go in first because it's so freaking big. It needs all the space to make the turn. Star turns around and then docks up. So I think Star needs all the other ships to be out so she can get in there and make the turn. So, Mr. T, you're at the hotel right by the port. Yeah, so you should see the ship. What is it, 10 o'clock Eastern time now? I think the ship should be approaching between 3 and 4, something like that. I think that's when it, I think that's when it starts to come on in. So, yeah. Lindsay, you're going out of Miami, so you're going on the Seascape, I think it is. Well, actually, or the World America. Oh, if you're going out on the World America, that's their answer to the Oasis class. Yeah, World America, that'll be nice. I do want to try out the World America, but dang, man, this is really. I'm like, wow. Now that I've had a full 7 days on the Icon, it's going to be hard for a big ship. I think this is the ship I want to be on. as much as I can. Yes, it is more expensive. Yes, it does cost more. But again, we saw Back to the Future. When that was on Broadway, it was an $1,100 ticket for the top ticket. We had great seats. Somebody asked, did I get to meet Sailor? We had so Stephanie's friends are staying in a royal suite. So when you stay in a royal suite on here, you get a royal genie. And one of the benefits of staying in a royal suite with a royal genie, you get a one-on-one meet and greet with Sailor. So not only did I meet Sailor, but I got to spend 15 minutes with Sailor during a meet and greet that Stephanie's friend very graciously invited us to. But that was amazing. And then we also, they invited us to the celebration table. So on this ship, they have something called a celebration table. So you know about chef's table, where it's like a chef's table dinner. A chef comes out, they make the special meal. On here, they have something called a celebration table, where you book it's a table for 12. From what I understand, it's just one price, whether there's 2 people or 12 people. And you have, I believe, 3 or 4 different menus you can choose from. I know there's an Italian menu. I know there's an Asian menu. I can't remember what the others are. But they graciously invited me along. They had already invited Steph. They graciously invited me along so I could come see that. Danny was there with his wife. Oh my God, Danny Hart was there with his wife. It was like a 4-hour meal because we couldn't stop talking. Like eventually, like they finally had to say, I think you guys got to go. It was just such a great evening of conversation. I'm so glad I not only got a chance to meet Danny Hart, but to really spend some time with Danny. He's a fabulous, fabulous person. So, let's see. It's been a lovely, yeah. We've been on about 42 ships so far. I think 42. Well, this would make like 43, 44. And then we are going on, then we will be on the Brilliant Lady on Wednesday. So that'll be another ship. And then we'll be on the Cunard Queen Elizabeth for Christmas. So that'll be another ship. We're trying to, we have never been loyal to any cruise line ever. Even before we became travel agents, we had already cruised on 9 cruise lines. We're up to 13. We're 12 or 13. And then Cunard will be another one. And we've always been about trying different ships and trying different cruise lines. And what we've found is we've never had a bad cruise. We've enjoyed some cruises more than others. We've enjoyed some ships more than others, but we've never gone on a ship or a cruise line that we would not go back to again. So yeah, so we just enjoy it, like, I guess playing the field, if you will. We really enjoy trying out a lot of stuff. So can I compare the Aqua, the Norwegian Aqua, and the Star? There's no comparison. Honestly, it's not even, there's not even a comparison. You really can't, because the amount of stuff that this ship has. So this ship is twice as wide as Aqua, first of all. Aqua has so many choke points with the narrow hallways. There is not near enough room for people to move about. The shows are better on here. There's just you really cannot compare Aqua to this. You can compare Aqua maybe to the Freedom class on Royal Caribbean. But there's really the only thing you can compare to this is the Oasis class. That's really it. You can't even compare, say, the Carnival Excel class. This is like in its own realm. There is nothing like this at sea other than the Oasis. Am I using Starlink? That is what they have on the ship. Yes, I'm using the high-speed Wi-Fi. I'm actually running 2 things. I've got a laptop that's connected to YouTube and YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and then I have my phone here that's connected to TikTok directly. So, yeah. You're going to be on a Star back-to-back October 5th through the 19th. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Be on here for 14 days. Hey, Carol, how are you? Beach, have I cruised on the Love Boat? Oh, we cruised Princess. Yeah, we've done 5 on Princess, and we're doing the Emerald Princess to Hawaii. That's a group cruise. If you want to come with us, we have a group cruise going to Hawaii on the Emerald Princess in February. So yeah, we love Princess. Is a great cruise line. Really, really fun. Aqua, you can compare to the Quantum class on Royal. I don't even know that you can do that. Be honest with you, because Royal does such a good job of crowd control, managing where people can go, and also making sure that the venues are big enough. You know, it's the Aqua had a lot of like narrow spaces. The buffet is far too small for the amount of people that they have on that ship. I know they think people are going to go down to the food hall, but I think that was a big miscalculation. Plus, you can't get out to the pool unless you go through the buffet. It's just really, there's some really bad flow design on Aqua. Beautiful ship, had a great time on Aqua, but from a flow standpoint, yeah, Willie B saying you felt a little bit claustrophobic on the Aqua. I think that's fair. That's fair. You won't feel claustrophobic on here. There's just so much room. Have I done any river cruises? That's coming up. We have the, well, we know that we're doing the Christmas market cruise in December of 27, but I believe we're going to be on a river cruise next year. We're just waiting for some information from KHM Travel before we can talk about that. But soon, that's next on the list. Norm, you're going on the Star Princess April 13, 2026 for the 20-day ocean to ocean. That should be beautiful. The new Sphere class from Princess, absolutely gorgeous. We did 1 week on the Sun Princess, and I think those are great ships to do the premier package because you have so many restaurants to choose from that it's really, really good to do the premier on those particular ships. Plus will certainly be fine. That's the ship that we did the Cove balcony, and I loved it. I absolutely loved the Cove balcony. You're so close to the water, feels like you could go fishing. So that would be, I would love to go do that again. So, Gary, what is my perfect length cruise? Well, 7's a minimum for me. I don't know. I think 14 days is kind of nice. You know, 10, 14 days. I love 14 days just because, well, say 12 to 14. I really love those because you really have time to relax and enjoy. And it's not like you're just getting into it and then I got to get off the ship. Like right now, 7 days. Doesn't even feel like we've been on here for 7 days. It's a short for me. I think, 12 to 14. We're doing another 30-day run in February. It'll be 30 days between Disneyland, 16 days on the Emerald Princess, and then fly across country, and then 7 days on the Norwegian Encore. So that'll be 23 days actually on a ship with another 5 or 6 days on land. And then we're going to do 25 days on the Celebrity Constellation next year, doing around Italy and then transatlantic. So all one shot, that'll be 25 days. So, Susie, how you doing, Susie? Wow, I missed you when you were down here. I saw that you were on the Star, but I didn't know you were coming through Orlando. Definitely, we got to get together for coffee or lunch next time you come through Orlando. That would be amazing. So, Bob, your next cruise is 10 days. Yeah, I love, anything 10 or longer is absolutely fabulous. Gary wants to know, if you do a back-to-back cruise, do you still have to disembark? At least here in the United States, you do. I don't quite know how it works in Europe. We're going to find that out next October because we're doing a back-to-back. But here in the United States, they have to zero out the ship. So the only way to zero out the ship is everybody has to exit the ship. So if you're doing a back-to-back, you're going to get a letter in your stateroom the night before the end of the first cruise. That letter will tell you what time and where to meet. Because anybody who's doing a back-to-back, they get you all together as a group, and then they walk you off the ship as a group. And as soon as the Coast Guard clears the ship, just get right back on. You don't have to wait for 10:30 or 11:30 or whatever. If the Coast Guard clears the ship in 10 minutes, you're right back on the ship in 10 minutes. So, yeah. What about the Lincoln Supper Club? Bear wants to know. So Stephanie had the pleasure of doing that. I was actually, her friends did invite me to come, and that was very kind of them. But I only had jeans and a button-down shirt, and that is a proper dress attire location, and I just simply did not feel comfortable going in there like that. So Stephanie went, and she said it was absolutely amazing. In some ways, she liked the Supper Club on Icon a little bit more. So if I come back, I'll bring proper clothes, and I might go ahead and do the Supper Club at that time. So, but yes, she said it was absolutely fabulous. The only complaint that I've heard from a few people is that sometimes the band is just a little bit too loud. Because even though they are playing a set, you still want to have an opportunity to chat you know, with your fellow table mates, which is always nice. So Detour wants to know, is the world cruise worth it? Well, yeah, why not? You know, there are probably 25 different versions of a world cruise out there. So it all depends on what you mean by world cruise. Some of them are as short as 80 days, and some of them are as long as, you know, 250 days or more. So one, it depends on what you mean by world cruise, and two, how long do you want it to be, and then what cruise line? Because there are also different itineraries. Even though they call them a world cruise, they may not necessarily be the full world. So yeah, so it just depends. But world cruises are spectacular, absolutely spectacular. If you want to talk about it, just reach out. And by the way, anybody watching this, if you do want to reach out, just remember, I'm Walter with Where's Walter Travel. We do book your cruises, your land, luxury, expedition, and our services are zero, absolutely free to you. We do not charge a dime for our services. No planning fees, no cancellation fees, no fees of whatsoever. Where'sWalterTravel.com. You click on contact us and set up a meeting. I give you a call. Now this week, I have not been responding to folks all that much because I have been extremely busy meeting with people, meeting new folks, and really have enjoyed getting to know Danny Haar on this cruise as well. Bob, you didn't, let's see, you didn't exit the ship in March. They took you down to a big room. If you're in the US, you should have exited the ship. But in Europe, I don't know that you exit the ship. So, Barbara, if you're doing a back-to-back, do you have to pack all your luggage if you're staying in the same cabin? Great question, but the answer is no. You can leave everything right in your room. Your room steward knows that you're not leaving, so everything just stays right in the room. Now, if you are switching rooms, which sometimes, you know, you do that. Sometimes you got to switch room. The room stewards will actually help you. Like, you can go ahead and pack up all your stuff, and the room stewards will help you get your stuff to the new room, because sometimes you can't get the same room on both. Or maybe, you know, you're doing an inside on, I've had people do this. They do an inside on one room, one part, and then they do a suite on the next part, or they do a balcony because they just want to try different rooms. So, Willie B, thank you very much for the kind words. We are currently on the Star of the Seas. This is the end of the inaugural cruise. This is the true inaugural cruise. This is 7 nights. This is what they consider the inaugural cruise. We all got our certificates today from the captain, so it's fabulous. So everything that happened before today, those are previews. But as of last Sunday, the ship is now officially sailing right now. So it's amazing. Icon class better than Oasis class? Yes, 100%. And primarily it's because they improved the flow. That's number one. One of the biggest things they did on this ship, Deck 6 is now completely connected. You can walk all the way across the promenade on Deck 6, which is the deck above the main floor. I always hated that, you know, you start walking across Deck 6, and then you got to go down, and then you walk across, and then you go up, and then you go down. It's so annoying. It's very easy to get from Central Park back to Surfside in the back. The promenade is now connected to Central Park. You can go up and down from Central Park down to the promenade, and from the promenade up to Central Park. That's fabulous. And the Pearl Cafe. Forget about Cafe Promenade. The Pearl Cafe is just phenomenal. The shows, phenomenal. The new Aqua Theater, phenomenal. I mean, just everything about the Icon class. Just picture the Oasis class, take it up another notch, and have plenty of room for people to move around. No choke points, no huge crowd. The big crowd, the biggest crowd that I saw on the ship was balloon drop. Promenade was completely full for the balloon drop. That's it. Other than that, there's plenty of room for people to move around. So yeah, I would take, if you were asking me, like what ship on Royal Caribbean to go on right now, it's Icon or Star, 100%, or Legend. I've already got a bunch of people booked on Legend. These ships are absolutely 1,000% worth what you pay to get on them. They really are. They're an amazing vacation. So Rick says longer cruises are better. Yeah, you love to be at sea. I know. That's the other thing about the Icon class. You can see the ocean. You can see the ocean from the promenade. It's fabulous. They have these absolutely gorgeous porches, as I call them, on Deck 6, like one behind the Pearl and one across from the Pearl, where you're sitting down nice and low near the water. It is so freaking beautiful down there. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. So Alex, what's the favorite swag that they were giving out? They just gave it out yesterday. They are little ducks of Marty McFly and Doc Brown. They're beautiful. They're beautifully carved. They're not plastic. They're resin. They're absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. The only thing is, they only gave us one set. There's me and Stephanie, so I have to hide them before Stephanie gets up tomorrow morning, so I can take both of them with me. Oh, I don't know if Stephanie's still watching. Hopefully she's not, so she didn't hear that. Stephanie's sitting right off camera. She's doing some editing over there. What is the passenger capacity? So at 100% capacity, I want to say it's around 5,800. That's at 100%. And then if you go absolute maximum, it's about 7,300. So we were somewhere between 6,500 and 7,000 on this one. This was a very full cruise. And it was so easy to get around. But can you get in the pool? You're on Oasis, couldn't get in. People were shoulder to shoulder. Which pool? We've got the swim up bar at Swim and Tonic. We got one of the largest pools, actually the largest pool in Royal Caribbean right here. We got the Hideaway Beach pool back there. We got pools all along the port side. There are so many pools on this ship. So yeah, you can get in a pool. I don't know. You may have to walk around to find the pool you want to get into, but I did not see shoulder to shoulder here at all. Yes, can it get crowded on a sea day? Sure. Plus you got the water parks. A lot of people are hanging out and playing in the water park. So there are a lot of pools on here. So you should be able to get into a pool on here. I'm not really a pool guy, and during this week, I wasn't really here to enjoy the pools. I was walking around filming. The longest time I spent in the water was at Coco Cay. Stephanie wanted to go over to the Hideaway Beach, so we both booked Hideaway Beach tickets. Oh, big thing about Hideaway Beach, they turned the music down. I was very happy. When we first came here, the music was so loud. The bass was reverberating all the way, even on the far side of Hideaway Beach. The bass was still reverberating. This time they brought the music down, and the music had been lower on this ship throughout. It wasn't nearly as loud as it was on the Icon. Yellowstoner, you're saying river cruises with a question mark. What's the question? Yes to river cruises. River cruises are amazing. But if you have a specific question, I'll be glad to answer it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the question is, but river cruises are beautiful. I will remind you that we have December of 2027. We do have a Christmas markets cruise. It had absolutely blown up. I'm putting the graphic on for the folks watching on YouTube and everything. This cruise has just taken off. We have so many people going on this one. I'm so excited. Christmas time on the Rhine, December 7th through the 14th, 2027. If you want to come, we will be on Avalon Waterways. We'll be on the on the Avalon View. This is Basel to Frankfurt, and I have on the screen there $400 per person saving through August 31st. That's been extended, so those savings are still running. So if you want to come join us, oh my God, we have so many people coming on that one. So yeah, it's gonna be great. Hey, big man, you're getting on Star tomorrow. Did I save some grub for you? Oh my God, dude, there's so much food on this ship. You're gonna enjoy yourself so much. Highly recommend. Back to the Future is a great show. You got to go see Torque. You're probably going to want to see Torque more than one time. That's the Aqua Theater show. Phenomenal. Probably the best show. Although I still love Hero. If you've been on the Symphony of the Seas, Hero is a fabulous, fabulous water show. This is a great, great water show. And then the ice show, I think it's one of the best ice shows that they have on any ship right now, because they got the extreme skaters. Oh, you're going to be blown away by those guys. So yeah, you're going to have a great time. The Star has improved upon the Icon. They've taken everything they learned on the Icon, improved it. I'm really excited to see. If you weren't here earlier, I've heard some rumors that the Supper Club might be going away on Legend, and that train might be coming to Legend, the one that's on Utopia. So that train experience may be coming to the Legend of the Seas. I don't know. This was something we were having a discussion about this yesterday, a whole bunch of us, and this came up from one of the folks, and they're like, they might be getting a train on there. Well, that'll be kind of interesting if it will. Yeah, send you the details. You'll try to sell it on your better half. Are you talking about Star or the Christmas markets? But yet, Back to the Future. So Back to the Future that is on this ship is the actual show from the West End. It's slightly shorter. I know they took one song out, and it does not have an intermission, so it just runs straight through. But it is the producer from the West End produced this show. That put this show together. So it is the same guy that put together the Broadway show. So where will Star of the Seas be sailing to? It's just Western Eastern. Same ports every week, every 2 weeks. It's going to go to the exact same port. There's only so many ports it can go to with the ship being this big. But this one was Castamaya, Cozumel, Roatan, and Coco Cay. So we had 4 ports, which was pretty good, for a 7-night cruise. But we did have 4 ports. Stephanie and I only got off at Coco Cay because we really wanted to see, everything on the ship itself. So, yeah. Bear, we need to plan a group cruise on the Star. You never know. We could do that. We might plan a group cruise on the Star. Maybe I'll talk to Tony about it. Tony had a good time on here. What do I mean train? So on the Utopia of the Seas, they have a train experience. It's a dinner. It's a dinner experience. You're riding on a train. There's all this animation and stuff on the outside, and apparently the cars kind of move a little bit, so you feel like you're moving on a train. It's a dinner show. And during dinner, some bad guys come on the train and try to take over the train, and so it's like this whole Western show. And we've heard some rumors that, so on the Icon of the Seas and the Star of the Seas, there is the supper club, very high-end, like $200 per person supper club. And what's it? So it's the Empire Supper Club is on Icon, and the Lincoln Park Supper Club. So it's based on New York on the Icon. It's based on Chicago here on the Star. But we're hearing rumors that might be replaced by the train experience that is on Utopia. Maybe that would be kind of interesting. So yeah, Willie, drop me an email, because seriously, right after this, I'm going to be packing and I'm going to forget everything. So if anybody wants information about any of the group cruises that we have going on, or you want information about Star of the Seas, drop me an email, walter@where'swaltertravel.com, or set up a meeting, where'swaltertravel.com. And I just realized that I don't have my banner up there. There we go. But yeah, just drop me an email, or go to where'swaltertravel.com, contact us to contact me. So, but there you go. So let's see what else we got here. Bill Seller, what took the place of a train on the Star? Well, Bill, there is no train on either Icon ship. The only ship that has the train is the Utopia, which is an Oasis class ship. They're thinking about, we're hearing a rumor that they may be bringing it here. Completely unsubstantiated. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. So Alex wants to know, did I try Lincoln Park? No, I did not. I was invited. I was graciously invited by Stephanie's friend. Oh my God, just the nicest guys. Just the nicest guys I've ever met. So incredibly kind. They invited me to go to Lincoln Park with them. I simply didn't have the clothes with me. Had I known prior to coming on the ship, I would have brought a nice pair of slacks, a jacket, all of that. But I did not have the proper clothes. I did not want to go. They were literally wearing tuxedos. Stephanie had the most amazing outfit on. I took all the pictures. And then I was like, you guys go have a great time. So I did not try it. If I come back, I will certainly bring the clothes, and I'll go do it next time. So you're waiting for the Lincoln Park overlay to the Supper Club on Star. Yeah, to the link. Yeah, that would be funny. Epic Man, what's the best time of day to visit the Aqua Market? Anytime. In fact, I would highly recommend that when you come on the ship, just go right there. Forget about Windjammer. Don't bother with the Windjammer. Just go straight up there. It's open till, what is it open till? Like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? It's open late. It's open rather late. It opens early, and it's open rather late. So it's open all day. So go anytime you want. It's really good. And if you didn't hear me talk about it, El Loco Fresh, which is right back there. Pulled pork at El Loco Fresh. Oh, that was legit. I was really shocked. That was really, really good. So you saw the Icon leave. You were doing a photo shoot with cars. The Icon was in the background. That must have been spectacular. Speaking of cars, Stephanie just did a hilarious hilarious short talking about cars in a parking lot. And then this guy pulls up with the Margaritaville Islander and the Icon. You should go look for that on Sean and Steph. It's absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So, but anyway, so Star of the Seas. So we are, I know we're north of Miami right now. I think the ship kind of slides in somewhere around 3 a.m. We can actually walk off the ship. They are expecting to allow us to walk off the ship at 6:15 in the morning. That's like the earliest I've ever heard of. 7 o'clock is usually early to walk off the ship. Because we live in Orlando, Stephanie and I will be among the first just to walk right off the ship. And it says 6:15. So if all goes well, I'll literally be home by 8 in the morning, which would be amazing. Just as like some people are just getting off the ship, we're already going to be home. So it's going to be amazing. Base Camp Tots plus El Loco Fresh equals loaded tots. It does. It does. But I got to tell you, Base Camp, we learned, has a smash burger that's phenomenal. Phenomenal. So you don't even have to load them up. You just eat the tots up there with that smash burger. Oh my God, so freaking good. Courtney, you're going on MSC in the morning. Have a great time. MSC is a fun cruise line for sure. Hey Ace, how are you? MSC, where is she? I can't see her right now. The MSC Seashore is like right here, right off our port side right now. So is tomorrow considered a day of the vacation? I think technically it is day 8. 7 nights, 8 days. So I think technically they consider it because you are on the ship past midnight. But obviously it's just exiting the ship. Am I planning to do the live stream tomorrow? No, I've got so much work to catch up on. So as soon as I get home, I'm getting right to work. I will go live next week from the Brilliant Lady. So on Tuesday, we fly to New York City. And then on Wednesday, we get on the Brilliant Lady. I have over 200 guests getting on the ship that day, part of a big corporate user conference. So I'll be on board with them. And I got a bunch of guests who went out, yesterday it was? Yeah, yesterday on the Mermaiden. So they're out there. So, yeah. Databeta question, do we skip breakfast on debarkation? Only if we're in Florida, yeah, because we just want to get home. This is coming into Port Canaveral, which is 55 minutes from my house. I know I'm very, very lucky to live this close to the ships. So 55 minutes away. So for us, debarkation is usually just get off the ship and go home. But everything, so your Windjammer will be running, I believe. No, well, the Aquadome Market may not be open yet for breakfast, but Park Cafe will be open for breakfast. That is a great tip for Oasis and Icon class ships. Park Cafe, very quiet in Central Park, absolutely beautiful. Never jammed up. Stephanie and I had salads there the past 2 days in a row. And by the way, I can tell we have really slowed down because the breeze just died. I had this beautiful breeze right here, and the breeze has completely stopped. So we have definitely slowed down. We must be getting pretty close to Port Canaveral at this point. But I think we come in about 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They get in very early because this ship is so big. It needs to be the first one in so we can spin with no other ships in there. So it's kind of crazy. You love the Park Cafe on Allure. Yeah, the Park Cafe is a great hidden secret on Oasis class. Usually when I first get on the ship on Oasis, that's where I go for lunch. Now on the Icon class, I go to Aquadome Market. As soon as I get here, I go right up to the front, go to the Aquadome, get myself a coffee at the Ryan Bean, which is one of the best coffee shops on the entire ship by far. And it's part of the refreshment package if you get coffee there. So, yeah. Do I have special rates for last minute cruises which aren't advertised to the public? No, do not. Do not. In fact, those are very few and far between anymore. If anything, the prices go up rather than down. Cruise lines would rather sail with empty cabins because once they get past 30 to 40%, they're already in the profit margin, and they're okay letting a couple of cabins go than just giving them away. So no, I don't have anything that's not advertised. Was the night one a 70s themed or millennial mania themed. The millennial party, I don't remember which night, which would, the first night definitely was, there was no theme on the first night. Can't remember what the order was of all the parties. White night was yesterday. I remember that. White night was yesterday, which was silly. There wasn't even a party or anything. It's just wear white. That was kind of dumb. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't remember the order of the parties. What was what, to be honest with you. I wasn't paying much attention to that. But you will get the schedule. You'll get the schedule when you come on. You'll know exactly when those are going to be. How much was the refreshment package? So for me, when I bought it, $40 a day, maybe $45 a day, something like that. I can't remember completely, but we bought it at a good price around, I can't remember, but it was like in the 40s, I want to say. If you buy it on board, it's the most expensive, so you definitely want to buy it in advance. Just know that you can buy it, and then if the price goes down, you can cancel it and rebook it. So there's no fear in booking it, because if the price goes down, you just cancel and rebook. So have a good night, Willie. Dark. Let's see. Carnival seems they always book to max capacity. Everybody books to max capacity if they can. Like I said, this ship about 5,600, and it goes up to 7,600 when it's completely full. So if they can put 7,600 on here every single week, they will. But this ship is built for it. This ship could probably hold 10,000 people. It is never crowded. It is literally never crowded anywhere. I mean, yeah, sometimes some of the stores get crowded. It's busy when you're trying to leave a theater, obviously, but we've been strolling through the promenade every single night, and there's no crowds. It's absolutely fabulous. So my balcony, I'm not sure, Willie, we have a surfside balcony. And what's really cool about the icon, this is the other thing that I love about the icon. They moved the aqua theater. So we actually have an ocean view. We're in the surfside, but we got a beautiful view looking back out. So that I really love, that they moved the aqua theater to the front, which opened up the whole back of the ship so we can actually see out the back of the ship. It's beautiful. So you leave next week and you still haven't received your itinerary update. Oh, because of the storm? Yeah, well, obviously everybody's waiting on the storm. You may not. So when it's hurricane season and when there's storms and when there's things going on, you have to understand you may not get an itinerary update until you get on the ship, because they are making last minute decisions. There are right now, what month are we in right now? So we're in September, October. So there are, I think, 50 ships down here in the Caribbean, and everybody's like, well, they'll just kind of move things around. There's only so many places these ships can go. And if those slots are already full, it's not like they can just say, well, we're just going to take the Star and we're just going to take it over here. Well, there's already 4 or 5 ships going there, so we can't take it there. So that's why a lot of times you may not get an itinerary update until you get on the ship, because they're still trying to figure out, 1, where's the weather going? 2, where can we take the ship? Especially a ship like this one can only go to so many places. So probably more often than not, this ship's going to get extra sea days because there's nowhere to take it. So that's why you got to be somewhat patient with all the storms and everything going on. You may not know until the last minute, and in fact, they may not even know until after the ship leaves, because they're still kind of playing chess and all this other stuff. So yeah, it's not easy. Joanne, you're going on the group cruise with Tony and Jenny through the New England states on the Enchanted Princess. Yay! Your question is, when can you use the casual perks if we're off the ship most days? If you mean your casual dining, that can be used for lunch or dinner. Yeah, so you can use it for lunch or dinner. Those are walk-up restaurants. There's no reservations required, so you can walk up anytime. So yeah, that would be, let's see, Enchanted Princess. I believe there's an Alfredo Pizzeria, and there should be a pub of some sort, either the Salty Dog or O'Malley's. Those are the two places where you can have the casual meals. So, and they're walk up. So go to lunch or go to dinner. Alfredo's, I know, does lunch. I don't know if the pub does lunch. I think it does. So where are we? We are south of Port Canaveral. We're north of Miami, south of Port Canaveral. We're on our way back to Port Canaveral. I'm on the Star of the Seas. So Between Icon and Star, which shows do I prefer? Have I enjoyed the Star more? If I'm being absolutely honest, I think I enjoyed The Wizard of Oz a little bit more than Back to the Future. Back to the Future was fun, but I thought Wizard of Oz was a little bit more fun. The skating show and the water show, absolutely 100% Star. Blows away what they have on the Icon. Absolutely. So, given a choice between the two ships, I'm coming back to Star. Definitely coming back to Star. I mean, Back to the Future is a good show. It's a really, really good show. It's a little slower than say Wizard of Oz, and yeah, has all that great music. The car is cool. Everything about it. It's actually kind of cool. Um, but I thought the Wizard of Oz was just a little bit better. And by the way, Back to the Future has the full orchestra, which is great. Just like the Wizard of Oz, we have a full orchestra, and there is such a difference when you have a live orchestra. I mean, you feel like you're on Broadway, and it's just really awesome, really, really awesome. So, Diabetic, is there anyone you say hi to when you get on board next month? No, just say hi to all your crew members. Be kind to your crew members because they're working hard. Our room steward. Wow, there are some nights that our room hasn't been cleaned till like 9:30, quarter to 10 in the evenings. They are working hard. And I'm not saying that to complain. I'm just saying that as a fact that they are working hard. They're working very long hours. We come out at 8:30 in the morning and they're cleaning, and then they're still doing the rooms up till 10 o'clock at night. I mean, they're working hard. So just say hi to everybody. Say hi to the crew. They're phenomenal. The crew is absolutely amazing. Oh, if you want to say hi to somebody, say hi to Admiral Awesome. I met Admiral Awesome today too. Actually met him. Had a chance to talk to him for about 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. Such a cool dude, man. He's from Australia. If you get a chance to actually talk to Admiral Awesome, do it. Do it. Do it. Be sure to say hi to Sailor. We had a full 10 minutes with Sailor today. That was so much fun. Would I suggest parking at port or taking a shuttle from a nearby hotel? Park at the port. We park, well, we don't drive to Miami and Fort Lauderdale anymore. We use the train. But even when we did, at every single Florida port, we park at the port. We don't bother with any off-site stuff. We don't bother with the hotel stuff. It usually always works well getting to the ship, but then sometimes it can be a cluster getting back from the ship to wherever you put it. So, cost for parking, I'm trying to remember what it costs. That was 7 days ago we paid for that. I don't even know, to be honest with you. You can find it actually if you go to the website, like for Port Canaveral, all the pricing is there. Port Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Tampa, and some of the ports. So we got Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Tampa. They all have their pricing on there. So, Ace, what was my best and least favorite thing on the trip? Well, the best was easy, just spending a week with Stephanie. Oh my gosh. I've had so much fun this week. She's creating so much fun content. But in terms of the ship itself, just the amount of space. I think this is the first time I really got to enjoy the porches on either side of deck 6. They're absolutely lovely for sitting and relaxing. The Aqua Theater show, number one in terms of a show. Wow. Absolutely. My least favorite thing, I will say the Pearl Cafe coffee was not that great this time. Pearl Cafe coffee was better on the other, and I don't know why I never thought to walk to the Ryan Bean, because the Ryan Bean was making better coffee than the Pearl Cafe. So I thought their coffee standards dropped a little. On the Icon, it was fabulous. And on most Royal Caribbean ships, the coffee shop is good because it's Starbucks coffee. But it was a little bit, and I will say Hooked Seafood, to me, was a step down. We had a phenomenal meal on the Symphony of the Seas. I don't think that Hooked Seafood was as good of a meal on here as it was there. That was probably my least favorite of the paid meals that I had. Yeah. So, Diabetic is saying that it's around $136 for 7 days of parking. Thank you, Diabetic. That sounds about right. I don't remember. Did I get on the Lola Blue Crazy? I honestly don't even know what you're talking about, Alex. Sorry. Eric, you're headed to Alaska from Seattle on Tuesday. Ooh, you know, we were in Alaska in June, July, 12 days on the Oceania Riviera. Wow. Our second time to Alaska. So friggin' beautiful. Folks, anybody watching this, if you've not been to Alaska yet, put it on the list. If you want to go to Alaska and you want to go on a small ship, highly recommend Princess, Holland America, Oceania, and Azamara. Just, oh, fabulous, fabulous. So, let's see. Excuse me, I should have gotten a glass of water before I started the show. See, anything else that I missed? No. See anything else there? Nope, nope, nope. I am totally being, I'm just totally trying not to pack. I don't want this cruise to end. That's why we're sitting here talking right now. I do not want this cruise to end. I'm really glad I brought my laptop. We're actually getting this to work. I got my new MacBook. I have this lovely blue. Oh, the Labubu craze. Is that what you were asking me about, Alex? The Labubu craze? I have not gotten on the Labubu craze, but my roommate, Stephanie, we actually had, if any of you watch cruising videos, you know who Danny Har is. He's a phenomenal person. He does the best ship tours, the best room tours. Just nobody does the ship better than Danny Har and his team. I'm happy to report he's a super nice guy. We met his entire family. Stephanie had a play date with Danny's kids with Labubu. It was so funny. Oh, I don't know who's having more fun, the kids or Danny watching the kids have fun. He's such a lovely gentleman, and it was so much fun. And then Sailor came running in, and we had to quickly grab all the Labubus before Sailor did. So that was absolutely hilarious. So, Jason, you're on the Symphony. I love it. For the Oasis class ship. That's my favorite ship. I do like that ship a lot. I don't know if they still have Hairspray on there. I love, 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 love Hairspray. I think that's the best live version of Hairspray I've ever seen. Really good show on there. So have a good time. You're heading into New York. I am flying to New York on Tuesday. Rebecca and I will be headed out on the Brilliant Lady with 200 guests. A big corporate event that's going to be happening on the Brilliant Lady. So if anybody's sailing on the Brilliant Lady on Wednesday, I will be there on Wednesday. Excuse me. And we'll go live from that ship at some point as well. I meant to go live earlier in the week. We just got so busy. Trying to make sure Stephanie's still awake. Making sure she's not falling asleep on me back there. No, she's good. What is the Buffalo area in the casino? I honestly don't know. It's at the High Roller area? I really don't know. I didn't know. I'm not a casino guy. I didn't even go into the casino, period. I used to work for Foxwoods Resort Casino. I was in marketing at Foxwoods Resort Casino. I know how the casinos work. I know how everything works on the back end. And I know how our marketing convinced a lot of people that you were getting free rooms and free cruises when you're not. So I do not go to a casino. I don't even walk into them on the ship just because it's something that doesn't interest me. I know a lot of you like it, but I would rather spend my money on a good dinner than spend any money in a casino. So, hey, Georgia, how are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. Probably going to have to wrap it up. Hey, Darla, how are you? I'm probably going to have to wrap it up shortly. So if you got any more questions about the star, just let me know. I'm on the Star of the Seas. As you can see, the big, there it is, the big star. That's kind of over my shoulder there. Beautiful piece of artwork. That's actually Central Park. It's right behind me. If you were to look down, you'd be looking down on Central Park. One of my favorite spots on the entire ship. So it's been a great week on the Star of the Seas. We will not be having a show on Sunday morning. Typically, we do a show Sunday morning at 10:30. I will have just gotten home, and I've got a lot of work to catch up on. So I'll be working tomorrow. So that's why I thought I would pop up there. Hi, Darla. Is it crowded? Are there lines to the show? So is it crowded? No. The only time the ship is crowded at all is when there's a party in the promenade. And that was one night so far that they had it. In terms of getting into the shows, yes, if you want to get into the shows. So first of all, you can reserve. You have to reserve the shows. So you don't just simply line up. There is a I think at 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the show. If all of the folks, if all the reservations haven't shown up, then they just open it up to anybody. But, you know, depending on the seats that you want to get, yeah, you will be lining up, you know, maybe 45 minutes early to get into Back to the Future, the Aquadome show, and the ice show if you want to. I think most people have been lining up probably about 30 minutes early. So, but in terms of the ship itself, there are no crowds. There are literally no crowd. The ship is so well set up. Even in the middle of a day, you can find lounge chairs. You may not find them right up by the pool. You may find them somewhere else, but they have so many chairs on the ship. The promenade, it's just, you know, it's one of the things that we've been talking about. Is like the ship is empty. You go up to the overlook right now. There's nobody up there. You go up to the overlook during the day. There's seats up in the overlook. So it is. They do such a good job. People get so fixated on there can be 7,000 people on the ship, but you don't understand how big the ship is, and you don't understand how big the spaces are. Now, some of the venues at night, like the dueling pianos, that should be a bigger venue. Yeah, Boleros should be a bigger venue. Will those places fill up? Absolutely, they will, because they only hold a couple hundred people or maybe 100 people. So yeah, they're going to fill up because they got a big ship. But in terms of just getting around, we've never had it. Even the elevators are phenomenal. The elevators are awesome. They have those smart elevators. I think there's twice on this entire cruise that an elevator did actually come up full during, you know, when everybody's come back onto the ship towards the end of the day, right? So there's only been like 2 times that we've actually had to wait for an extra elevator to come by. But it's been absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, obviously, just like any other ship out there will be lines to get into the shows, but you do have to reserve the shows in advance. So it's not like everybody's trying to get into the same show. It's the people who reserve their seats. They're the ones lining up. So yeah, so it's not bad. It's not crowded at all on the ship. So it's quite good on here. So folks, I think I am just going to go ahead and wrap this up. I wish I could stay here all night, but I can't. I've got to go and pack. We got to get off this ship tomorrow. I know a few of you watching are getting on tomorrow. You've got a hell of a ship waiting for you. Oh, you've got a hell of a ship waiting for you. For folks, if we can help you in any way plan your trips, hey, just reach out. Where's WalterTravel.com? We'd love to help you plan your cruises, your land, your luxury, expeditions, all that good stuff. You're coming on the first week of December. You heard of possible electrical glitches. Have not heard a thing. We haven't seen anything on the ship, so I don't know. So Stan the Man wants to know if there's karaoke. Gosh, there's a whole karaoke club. It's called Spotlight Karaoke. So yes. And let's see, where was it? Somewhere they do karaoke with a band one night. I think it was the nightclub that's in the ice skating rink. But yeah, so Spotlight Karaoke exists. And then there's karaoke with a live band. You can do that too. So folks, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great evening wherever you are. And you will see me next on the Brilliant Lady. We get on the ship next Wednesday. So we'll go live from the Brilliant Lady as well. But wherever you are in this amazing world, have an awesome evening. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, guys.